Going on, everybody? Burglxr here, bringing you a video. This is going to be a healing for dummies video. Gonna keep it as basic as possible. You can do this with every single healer. I just play, disc priest. Gonna change something real quick, which is just my key bindings. In game, you're gonna probably want to have target nearest enemy as your caps. This is how I play. Okay, this is what I do. I have my target party as caps, and then obviously tap target for the enemy. But just for sake of kind of like giving you an idea, we're just gonna swap these over to the nearest enemy and nearest friends. But you want the nearest friendly and then the nearest enemy in like arenas, because I'm not trying to target pets. And then same with healers. I'm not trying to, or same with my party. I'm not trying to, target the countless pets that Beastmasters or Undead have. So I'll swap these back, but just for for sake of the video here. So for dummies, right? Two things you're gonna want to have is going to be your Better Blizz frames and plates and probably mini CC. These three are probably the only things. Oh, and S Arena, sorry, and S Arena Reloaded, especially if you're playing. This is more on the arena side. I know BGs have their own like add-ons and whatnot, but these are what I use. PvP Hub. All this does is just give me like information on my own characters, win, loss, and MMR and whatnot. But yeah, Reloaded, S Arena, frames, plates, and then also mini CCs. Right, like if I go in, you can load the settings. I use, I think, Burglxr for everything. So if you want to copy, this, all you have to do is click Burglxr. It automatically does it. Same thing if I go to frames. Same thing. There's a lot of settings, so it's very customizable. You can go through and do this, or you see somebody that you like Mystical. He's pretty sick. Aegis, Calvish, Mez, Naj, Snoopy. I just copy Burglxr. Why not? But I'm sure it's all the same. Right, so it's super easy to get set up with your frames and your plates exactly how. And the reason why I'm doing a healer for dummies, we're going into Midnight Season 1. And here I am. I'm trying to figure out what DPS I want to main, and I want to test things out. And this was also during Season 3, too. As a DPS, it takes way too long to get games. We have a healer shortage. You've also got that in PvE as well. But you really have it in PvP. And here's the thing. Half of you guys that play DPS, what are you? Your hard sucks 16, 17, 1800? Make the swap. Let's do something different for once, because you're not getting past the hump. Alright, let's just keep it real. Let's keep it real. If you're stuck there, and that's something that you could get by using the one button rotation. Like if you're stuck, make the swap. Maybe healer is the route for you. Healing is easy. Like there's this conception that it's hard. No, it is easy. And now is the time during the off season. Everybody's trying out different classes and specs and seeing what they want to play, figuring out all the different buttons, because there's so much that has changed. Learn. Now is the time. Get dialed in. Because if you're 1800 as a healer, you could probably get to 2100. And you want to know why? Because now we're taking away all the bad DPS because you went to healers. And this is a little aggressive. I'm sorry. If you feel hurt, the shoe fits. But now as a healer, you're getting a good DPS that knows how to play the game. All right? Like, that's as simple as it is. I have found so many good DPS players to play with. And it only makes me get better. Right? Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Sorry for taking a dump on your egos here. But just like a DPS, right? Just like playing DPS, you have tap target, you see your enemy, and you go and you attack. It is the same thing. Caps. There's my teammate. I give him a shield. I flash heal. I evenge. I radiance. And I'm lagging. Alright, cool. And then, I drop in, penance. And here's the thing. There's 6 different healers. 6 different playstyles. You want to keep that whole DPS, like a hybrid? Look. I can DPS all day long. It's, as a disc, it is impactful. All my heals, as long as I've got Radiance up or Atonement up, he's getting healed. He's healed that whole time. So it's very easy. The only thing you're swapping is who you target. The gameplay is still the same. And that's something where people, I think, forget or they don't know because they've never gone to play it. Learn the class. Go to murloc.io. And here, I'll actually do it right now. Murloc.io. Bring it over to the screen here. So easy. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. What am I not showing? There we go. Okay. So, oh, I want to go and learn priests. Let me go figure out what's the best priest. Let's go to 3v3s right here. What do I like more, Oracle or do I like Void Weaver? Void Weaver's pretty sick. I don't like playing it, so Oracle it is. Alright, cool. The Wilted Rose. I can come in here, and again, this is for dummies. A lot of people know about this, but for dummies. Come in here, I can see, alright, here's my stats. Versatility Mastery. Oh, all the brand new build. Does not, I don't know if this person's even gone and updated. But you can copy all their talents, and you definitely can on Murloc right now. Let's find somebody else. That might not be the best example. Right? Okay, cool. I can copy Niana's talents. Get all the talents, and then I can see, oh, there's all my, the PvP talents. I'm personally running Dark Angel, but Inner Light's cool too. And then what gear are they wearing? Oh, they got the 4 set going on. Like, it's so easy. I was actually talking to somebody yesterday that didn't even know what Murloc was. So, I mean, it is just a good thing to bring up anyways. But you can see embellishments and all the enchants and all the gems. So it's definitely worth taking note and seeing this here. So that's like the very basic beginner guide. Obviously there's the gameplay involved in which you're not all the way in here fighting him, doing whatever. Or if you're ranged, you're not out here as a mage casting the whole time in the open and blink. Because your movement's going to be different, right? You're a whole different class. You got to play pillar more. You got to fade and watch CCs more. Like, it's a whole different, like, role and aspect of the game that you're playing. To be able to target your team instead of targeting your healer. It's one big thing that people say is so hard for them, and I don't get it. So this is just the very, very basic fundamentals of the game. And I'll get a gameplay, and then I'll do like a voiceover for it just to kind of give an example. And I'm not like a professional. I haven't hit Glad yet in my life either. I mean, as a DPS, the highest I hit was 1800 on Feral before I swapped over to play a healer, and now I'm 2300 in 2s, I'm 2100 in 3s, 22 in solo shuffles, but solo shuffles don't count. I don't think so anyways. So, like, it's super easy. Like, you find a DPS that actually knows how to play the game, and then you start to climb with them. You're just getting more reps at that higher rating, and then when you make that swap back over, like, I've gotten almost, all of, at least, when I care about, like, a set that looks cool, I think this season alone, just for like DPS, I think I got like 4 or 5 elite sets. It's very easy. It's not hard at all. I mean, right now I just, hopped on Monk and, hit 2100 in 2s in, like 2 weeks, maybe a week. But that's just, off season. So, like, once you start getting the game at a higher level, which, maybe you're not there yet on your DPS. It's a thing, maybe it's a joke. Maybe it's a joke. But if you are hard suck 15, 16, 17, 18, just try it out. Just try it out, because midnight's going to roll around and you guys are still going to sit in those 40-minute solo shuff queues or blitz queues, or you're going to sit in LFG until some healer finally wants to play with you. Make a swap and watch how fast you get games sitting in LFG. You're going to find people, and you get to be selective, whatever you like to play with. Your solo shuff queues, instant, maybe a minute tops, depending on, where you're at in the season. But I mean, it's so easy. It's so easy to pick up. Give yourself a week and a half, 2 weeks of playing it. And during this offseason, go hit skirms. Go find a buddy that you play 3s with or 2s with and heal for them. Both of you guys are going to get better, and you're going to learn different ways. Like, you just grow so much as a player when you're not stuck just playing one class the entire time. That is how you get good at the game and how you get good at your class. But if you've hit that wall and you're not seeing anything progress because you're always swapping in LFG, finding new players, you got to make some change as well. So let me go ahead, let me get some gameplay, and then I will be back to continue on this healing for basics, and I'll give you kind of like a breakdown game by or play by play here. Okay, okay. I did swap to monk just so I have a little bit lower CR and can just pick up a random real quick, or two randoms, get for threes real quick. Just kind of, you know, give an example. So we're playing RMP. This is Better Blizz. Oh, this is S Arena right here. S Arena is going to show trinkets, DRs. And then I've got, you know, just the raid frames, which is in the edit mode. Party frames. And then I use them as raid frames. Definitely recommend. As a monk, I don't really have much to do at the beginning. Yeah, see, cab targeting, and then with Better Blizz, I can see exactly where my team is at with those little arrows. And then you're just going to get an idea. Right? I'm sure a lot of you guys know healers just kind of, you know, pillar hump and play. But I'm going to do this all live. I might get quiet here and there if I've got to focus up. But yeah, healer for dummies. Super easy. Just going to watch smoke bomb. That's really the big thing here is watching smoke. I don't really need to focus anybody here. Maybe the healer just to give an idea. Focus. I'm going to drop down my little pillar. Now, naming things off and spells, not the best. I'm gonna trinket that, I'm gonna cocoon him, and then as you said, the only difference is I'm just looking at my this instead of this, right? If you were able to look at my mouse, I'm just watching the left. Yeah, that's really the big difference here. Where's my drop at? Drop him, and then he's dead. He's gonna die. And then I'm blind. Wait, he's for sure dead. He's for sure dead. Oh, wait. Oh, keep him alive. I also need to set up my Transcendence. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Leg sweep him, get out of the way. I'm going to paralysis him, get him out the way. And here we go. We're cooking. Oh, we're cooking. Wow. Clutch out of him. I'm sheeped. See, I'm playing a little bit too much out in the open. Playing a little bit too much out of the open, and I'm feared. And now I'm polyed again. Nature lock. I'm gonna drink my mana tea. If he can live, I got him another bubble. I got him another bubble. Nice. Leg sweep into a ROP right there. And he's dead. Now, I wish I could have definitely gave you guys a little bit better of Touch of Death. No. Nice, but that's game right there. That's game right there. I don't have a kick anymore for him. That's game. Like, this dude is just upset he lost. And I'm gonna leave this party, which I do feel bad. They're pretty decent. But as you see, it's a different playstyle. Monk is fun. You can be aggressive. You can move around. It's extremely strong right now. Definitely recommend trying it out. Feel like I'm Lord Sidious from Star Wars, just crackling my way through. Drink my mana tea. Rob him backwards. He's stuck there. Gotta... Oh, dispels, since we're looking at it. Dispels, too. You got this little swirly little thing right there. You just dispel it. So raid frames are sick. Like, I see that he's got a dispel. I don't have it yet for another 3 seconds. That's another thing. Easy. They were a 1900 team. It is what it is. I'll go ahead and leave that. Let me leave this group here real quick. Alright. So, that's as easy as it is. It's healing, bro. Again, fellas. And whoever's watching. very easy. It's just a different play style, and you just got to get used to not being as aggressive on the DPS and being in there and fighting. Like you're not even the main target most of the time. It was tough to get out. Like you saw how free I was. For the most part, I was pretty free running around roaming. It's not as stressful. It's not a stressful gig. So I definitely recommend. And maybe I'll do some sort of, how to choose and how to decide what healer you should play. But I definitely recommend all of you guys get into it. Let's get some better healers out there, fellas. Peace. All right, I'm also gonna kind of VOD review critique this because I'm not the best healer, and obviously just to kind of take a dump on myself as well, so you guys can see both sides, right, of in game and then what I could have done. I preached, pillar humping. Like just as a healer alone, I didn't, I dropped that a little bit late. I also have transcendence that I didn't pop, and I got sat back here, which is fine. Like this is where I need to be at. I probably trinket a little bit too early, but I needed to save him, right? And then watch me. Like I am just playing out in the open here. The entire time am I in the open. I could have been hugging this pillar and probably played the other side and keep both of them in my line of sight, but I'm out here in the open, and you're just going to watch and see. Like that healer's just playing pillar, right? Like that's just the right way to play. I mean, I went back and rewatched this. He's also does the same thing as me, but I'm still here in the open. And then I get caught up, right? 38% because I'm in the open, boom, I'm blind. And I have no trinket. And then I'm blind again. I'm double blind. He's gonna die. Luckily, I had revival or whatever it is, restoration, whatever it's called. Finally popped transcendence, which I never even used this game. But look, he's also just out in the open. Like at this point now, he's falling into what I'm doing. So he's trapped. I mean, we're pushing for him to die at this point. We're doing well. So close, but he gets an ice block. And also, too, just as a healer, right? One thing is we're looking at here, and I'll pause. Your DRs, you want to make sure that we watch these, but then also trinks, right? We want to be able to know. And the one thing that sucks is that we used to have that we don't. We don't see any defensives, any cooldowns. Like, I don't know when he's got ice block. I don't see any of this stuff. And then also, I don't see if they have trinket or not. So it's very, very different nowadays. And it's all mental. But again, back to watching this, right? We can see who's used Trink, who hasn't yet. And he's just now sitting out in the open. And now he kind of regrouped to his pillar. I've been out in the open, so I'm polyed here. He comes over. I'm now feared. Again, they got their going, right? They're going to kill him. He's at 5% coming off of a poly. And I don't think he blocks at all. Luckily, I'm able to get him a little bit, and then boom. And then, I'm able to paralysis him. But nothing comes off of this. My team is not really kind of lining up CC chains. Good off CCs, though. And then I'm back to playing my pillar here. And then I'm back out in the open. Like, I need to just sit. I need to sit a little bit more patiently. But I don't. I think this is what we do well. Off of this clone, I come in, and I hit a nice leg sweep off both of them. Yeah, this is the kill. Right, I got the nice leg sweep. I'm able to, again, this is where my main focus is at. But again, this is why I keep enemy frames on and not party frames. I've got my party here, so I don't need to worry about seeing them in-game. But I know this is who we're going to kill. And then you can also see right here who my team is targeting. All right, so I got the leg sweep, and then I go into the rot, which now separates. He still probably can hit him, but he's got 0 seconds left. Look at the boomy. Look at the boomy. He goes in, and he hit that silence right there. So he couldn't do anything anyways. It interrupted the ult pin, which if I go back just a tad, I guess that went back a little bit too far. As I go in, leg sweep, drop, just watch him. There's his ult pin that he was casting, interrupted because he got silenced. Boom, he died. So it's really good to be able to, as a healer, you're learning. And this is also why it, is good, because then when you go back to your DPS and to coordinating and saying, okay, this is what worked with this comp, and coordinating goes. And I'm sure, again, you can learn all of this as a DPS. I'm just trying to get healers back into the game. And I know I kind of ended it, saying peace and everything, and then I'm bringing this back up. It's just a, probably my ADHD kicking in, but I do think it's always good to go back, rewatch, your VOD and kind of see. I made a lot of mistakes that game. Still panned out as I'm a monk, and monk right now is just ridiculously strong. Otherwise, probably would have lost that. I don't know if my teammate even used ice block once. He just lived forever, so good for him. Um, but yeah, a lot of things like you can see, the DRs, trinkets, passives. Right, he didn't meld, or if he did, I didn't see it. Um, yeah. So again, appreciate you guys. We just need a lot more healers in the game. That way I can go and finally play DPS for once in my life. BM looks really fun. Can't find a healer. So if you guys want to learn healing, hit me up. Drop in the comments your B tag. Let's get some games in. Like twos is probably the best way to learn the fundamentals, and then taking that into threes, or going to solo shuffles if you don't want to try and get a team. And then also just mute game chat. I've never really found bad, like, rude people. Like, I know people say that all the time, but I've never have in my life. In terms of this game, or maybe it's just never bothered me, but just as healing, most people I'm typing in, learning, monk will die a lot in the title of my LFG. And then you're gonna get somebody good that's willing to play with you because they're just trying to get conquest or whatever, and they're gonna make your life easier. A good DPS will make a healer's life easy. And that's the truth. That is the truth, because they're going to be the one doing all the CCs. They're doing the kicks. And that's just what I've learned. And I definitely recommend, if you're on the fence or you're hard stuck. And I know I joke around about it, but like if you really, are trying to do something different, shake it up, go heal. I'll make more videos. Drop, if I see like a lot of thumbs up here, I'll make some like, beginner guides on how to play monk or disc priest or holy priest. Those are probably the only three I feel comfortable doing any sort of video with. But I mean, I can give you the basics. I can give you gear. I could give you, a whole breakdown, kind of like what these other people do. I'm not very consistent when uploading. Give me a reason. Comment, like, subscribe. Tell me that you want, a breakdown video. It's off season, so there's a lot of different changes. I've got a lot of game time in both Monk and Disc Priest for this off season going into midnight for the pre-patch. So I can definitely give some pointers, some tips, and things that I've learned. Again, just drop in the comments. Appreciate you guys. Peace for the second time, fellas. Peace.